Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners with Jim Misiura. Today we're going to tie a synthetic quill jig head Perdigon. The hook that I have in the vise, this is from Frosty Flies. This is trout line. It is a Demon Competition hook and is a size 14. Very sharp hooks. I have a 3mm brass slotted bead on there. The quill that we're going to use is Hemingway's synthetic tapered peacock quill. These are the FX. You can see there's a lot of flash in there. This is actually printed on a diamond paper. I'm going to use 8/0 orange thread. We're going to make a hot head on this. I'm going to start the thread behind the eye, and if you notice that bead is a little bit pushed up on there, and the slot is on the bottom. And I'm going to wrap kind of close to that slot just so that bead stays in that position. I don't want it to turn. I want to keep that slot there so that bead stays to that up position. Then we're going to take that thread down to the tail position. We're going to stop right before the bend. I'm going to actually back off there a little bit. For the tail, I'm going to use Woodduck flank. And I'm only going to use 3 or 4 of these barbels. Just want a small little wisp of a tail. And we're going to keep that tail, about 1/2 to 3/4 the length of the hook shank. Tie that in. Now I'm going to take the synthetic quill, and this is the natural color. You can see there that real shiny. Show you the back side. It's actually that reflective material. Going to tie this in, and I only took about 1/2 of the quill off the card. There we go. Now we're going to wrap that forward and get a nice body. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off now. My bead moved. But we still got the slot on the bottom. With jig hooks, it's better to use the slotted, because the regular beads may not fit around that 80-degree angle there. I'm going to make a little bit of a taper here. I'm going to go ahead and spin my thread counterclockwise to try to flatten it out. Go ahead and build up that right there a little bit. I'm going to spin it again. And I'm not going to go back as far this time. I'm going to come forward. back and forward. I'm going to take that synthetic quill and wind that forward. You almost want to just slightly overlap. I'm going to put some heckle pliers on there. Stretch that thread there a little bit. And bring that right up to the top. And we're going to tie that in there. Rid of that heckle plier. Going to trim off that excess. Use your finger to get that thread out of the way. And then we're going to tie it down. There's a little piece of tab there. There we go. Now I can take my whip finish tighten that up, trim that off. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie. I'm going to take a black Sharpie and I'm going to color the top there just a little bit. I got a little piece of thread hanging off there. Going to take my black Sharpie, just going to get the thread and just the top of the bead, and this will give the effect of a wing case. Now I'm going to take my CeerCreek UV cure, and I got some on the threads there, so I'm just going to roll that through the thread. Doesn't take a lot. Put a half a drop on there. Take my bodkin needle, that thread wants to come apart, it's not a big deal because once I cure it, it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to hit it with the light, and then I can just trim that thread off. And here we have a synthetic quill Perdigon jig head. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. Please visit my sponsors. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.